Hello, eager young minds! Ngayon ay nasa week 8 na tayo ng ating first quarter, kung saan ang topic natin ngayon ay type of decimal numbers. Okay, let's start with rational and irrational numbers. Unahin natin ang rational numbers. Rational number is a number that when written as decimal, either stops or repeats in a pattern. All rational numbers can be written as fractions or decimals. It can all be integers, okay, positive and negative. It can also be zero. To elaborate, here are the examples. So itong mga to, these are positive and negative integers. So, these are all rational numbers including zero. Another examples are fractions. Itong mga fraction na to, 1/2, 1/4, 3, and 1/3, these are all rational numbers. Okay. And another one are decimals. Decimals naman. Kapag ang decimal, like this one, 375 thousandths, it ends at 5. Kapag siya ay nag-i-stop or nag-i-end, ibig sabihin that is a rational number. Kapag naman ang decimal repeats in a pattern, an example is this one, 3.333. May pattern siya. Ang 3, ang nag-repeat or paulit-ulit, ibig sabihin, this decimal number is a rational number. Another example is 1.1111 and so on and so forth. Since it repeats in a pattern, which is 1 na paulit-ulit na lang yan na 1, ibig sabihin, this decimal number is also a rational number. Okay, now let's talk about irrational number. Irrational number is a number that when written as a decimal, does not end and never repeats. It can never be written as a fraction and it cannot be written as a quotient of two integers. The square roots of numbers that is not perfect squares are called irrational numbers also. One good example of irrational number is the value of pi. The value of pi, as you have noticed, is 3.1415926 and so on and so forth. It never repeats. Hindi siya nag-uulit. Wala siyang pattern. That is why the value of pi is an irrational number, or pi is an irrational number. Another example is this one, the square root of 2. Since 2 is not a perfect square, therefore the square root of 2 is an irrational number. Another example is the square root of 3. Since 3 is not a perfect square, okay, not a perfect square, therefore the square root of 3 is an irrational number also. Okay. Now, let's proceed with learning task 1. Classify each number as a rational number and an irrational number. Write R for rational number and IR for irrational number. Let's take example number 1. Problem number 1. I have here negative 6. Okay. Since negative 6 is just a negative integer, ibig sabihin, negative 6 is a rational number. Okay, number 2, square root of 7. Since 7 is not a perfect square, therefore the square root of 7 is a rational number. Number 3, 6 and 48 hundredths. Since it ends, the decimal ends at 8, ibig sabihin nagtatapos siya, it stops. Ibig sabihin, 6 and 48 hundredths is a rational number. It stops at 8 kasi. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about terminating decimal and non-terminating decimal. Pag sinabing terminating decimal, from the root word terminate, ibig sabihin siya ay nagtatapos. Okay? Pag sinabing non-terminating, ibig sabihin hindi siya natatapos. Okay. Now, terminating decimal have a finite number of digits or numbers which come to an end after the decimal point. So, yon. Terminating kapag siya, ang decimal number comes to an end. Okay. An example of that is 5 and 5/10. It ends at 5, therefore, 5 and 5/10 is a terminating decimal. Another example is 3 and 25 hundredths. Since 25 hundredths ends at 5 or terminates at number 5 or stops at number 5, Therefore, 3 and 25 hundredths is a terminating decimal. Another example is 3/4, kung saan ang 3/4 na yan can be written also as 75 hundredths. Since it ends or stops at number 5, therefore, 3/4 or 75 hundredths is a terminating decimal. Okay. Now let's talk about repeating or non-terminating decimals. Okay. These are the decimals that have an infinite number of digits. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya natatapos, hindi mabilang yung number ng digits na meron siya. An example of this one is 0.333 at may 3 dots. Ibig sabihin, tuloy-tuloy yan na number 3. Kapag ganitong, makikita mo nyo, nagre-repeat ang numbers. Okay? Pwede mo yung lagyan ng line sa taas or vinculum sa taas ng number na umuulit and then idadrop mo tong lahat ng number nasa right side niya. So, 0.333 can be written as 0.3 with vinculum or with line sa taas. Okay? Another example is 0.689689. Kung makikita ninyo, itong 6, 8, and 9 ang umuulit. Ibig sabihin, if you're going to write this one para hindi na masyadong mahaba, pwede mong lagyan ng line or vinculum sa taas and then idadrop mo tong number na inuulit niya. Okay? Or it can be written as 0 and 689 with a line above the numbers. Okay. Another example of non-terminating decimals is this one, 0.15625 and so on and so forth. Hindi siya natatapos. Okay, this is a non-repeating, non-terminating decimal. Okay. Now, let's proceed with learning task 2. Solve and identify the decimal if the decimal quotient is a terminating or repeating, non-terminating decimal. Okay, let us proceed with number 1. 3 divided by 20. So, if you're going to write that one, that is just 3 divided by 20. To divide, 3 cannot be divided by 20. So, let us put 0 here. Okay. And let us add a decimal point. Okay. Iangat natin yung decimal point sa quotient and add 0. Okay. Now, we have 30 divided by 20, which is 1. 1 times 20, that is 20. Okay? And then 30 minus 20, that is just 10. Okay? Let us add another 0. Okay. Bring down 0. 100 divided by 20 is just 5. Okay? And then 5 times 20 is 100. Okay. 100 minus 100 is 0. Therefore, the quotient of 3 divided by 20 is just 0 or 15 hundredths lang. Since the decimal or the number ends at 5, therefore, nagtatapos siya, kaya siya ay terminating decimal quotient. Okay. Let's take, for example, 2 divided by 11 naman. Okay. To write that one, that is just 2 divided by 11. Okay. Since 2 cannot be divided by 11, that is 0. Okay. Let us add decimal point here. Okay. Iangat natin sa quotient ang decimal point. Let us add 0. 20 divided by 11. Okay. That is just 1. 1 times 11. Okay. Of course, that is 11. 20 minus 11 is 9. Okay. So, let us add another 0. Bring down 0. Okay. 90 divided by 11. That is just 8. 8 times 11. Okay. That is 88. Okay? 88. 90 minus 88, that is 2. Let us add another 0. Okay? And bring down 0 na naman tayo. Okay. 20 divided by 11, that is another 1. 1 times 11. Okay? Of course, that is 11. And then 20 minus 11, that is 9. Okay? Let us add another 0. Okay? And bring down 0 na naman tayo. 90 divided by 11, that is another 8. Okay, kung makikita ninyo, 8 times 11 ulit, that is also 88. Paulit-ulit na lang siya. Kaya naman, if you're going to rewrite this one, to write the quotient of 2 divided by 11, you can just write 18 hundreds na merong vinculum sa taas or merong line sa taas. Ibig sabihin, itong 18 na to ang nagre-repeat. Paulit-ulit nang hindi siya nagte-terminate. Okay? Now, so this is a repeating non-terminating decimal quotient. Okay. Now let us talk about writing fractions in decimals and decimals in fractions. Okay. Learning task 3. Write a given fraction in decimal numbers or vice versa. Write your answer in your notebook. Okay, nakalagay pa talaga. Okay, number 1. 5/9. To write this one as decimal, ang gagawin mo lang dito ay i-divide mo lang. Since fraction is just division problem lang yan. So to divide, that is just 5 divided by 9. Okay. Since 5 cannot be divided by 9, that is 0. Okay. Let us add a decimal point. Wala na kasing number sa kanan niya. Okay. Let us put a decimal in the quotient. Okay. And let us add 0. 50 divided by 9. Okay. That is just 5. And then 5 times 9, that is 45. Okay, and then 50 minus 45 is 5. Let us add another 0. Okay, bring down 0. 50 divided by 9, that is another 5. Okay, and then 5 times 9, that is 45 also. Okay, and then 50 minus 45 is 5. Let us add another 0. And bring down 0 again. And then 50 divided by 9, that is another 5. Kung makikita ninyo, may pattern na agad siya. Okay? Umuulit lang ng umuulit ang number na 5. Kung kaya naman, kapag sinulat mo ang 5/9 as decimal, pwede mo siyang gawin or isulat as 0 and 5 vinculum. Okay? Lagyan mo lang ng bar sa taas or ng line sa taas. Ibig sabihin yan, kapag merong line sa taas, itong number na 5 na to ang umuulit or it repeats indefinitely. Hindi natatapos yan. Paulit-ulit lang yung number 5 na yan. Okay. Let's take another example. Ito naman is decimal naman ang given. Gagawin naman natin siyang fraction ngayon. To write this one as fraction, ang gagawin mo lang dito is isusulat mo ang ating decimal number as your numerator. So yung 25 na yan, that is your numerator niya. And then, tingnan mo kung ano ang place value ng number na nasa rightmost part. So, ang nasa kanan, tingnan mo, itong number 5 na to. Ito yung nasa kanan talaga, nasa dulong kanan. So, this is tens, hundreds. Since ang place value ng number na nasa kanan ay hundreds, ibig sabihin, ang ating denominator ay 100. So, our fraction now is just 25 hundredths. Or, since ang 25/100 ay pwede mo pa siyang lowest term, this can be written as 1/4. Okay? Let's take another example. Number 5, 0.333 thousandths or 333 thousandths. Again, first, sulat mo yung decimal number natin as your numerator. So that is just 333. And then, tingnan mo ang place value ng nasa kanan. Tenths, hundreds, thousands. Since ang place value ng nasa kanan or nasa dulong number ay thousands, ibig sabihin ang denominator natin ay 1 thousandths. Pwede mo siyang basahin as 333 thousandths. Since 333 thousandths ay wala naman yung lowest term, ibig sabihin, ito na yung ating final answer. Okay? So, yun. So, sana may natutunan uli kayo. Salamat sa inyo at don't forget to subscribe.